Alright, we're going to change the oil in this 2011 Jeep Liberty. I got all the supplies here. I'll show you what it is. It's quick and easy. Only take 15-20 minutes. Alright, we'll start over here. We've got some small bags. We've got a big bag. We've got a couple of rags. We've got the socket set with the 1/2 inch is what we're going to need to get the plug out of the oil pan. We've got our new oil filter, which I've selected fram because I like the grip. I hear terrible things about fram all the time, but I've never had it happen to me, so at this point, it's all good. I keep rolling with the fram. We've got the oil here. I've got 5W20, which I got the manual out to show that this does say that this engine, the 3.7, takes 520 engine oil, and it takes 5 quarts of it. This is 520 API certified down there, and this is 5 quarts of it. I use synthetic. Used to use regular, switched to synthetic several cycles ago. Like it better. It's pretty inexpensive too. I get it from Amazon. It's like 25 bucks. And it lasts, 6 months or whatever. And here we go. Here's our oil drain pan and a funnel. We'll get started. Alright, hood release on the Jeep right here. Open this up. Okay, so the first step with any car project, of course, open the hood. So that's open now. We'll put the oil in there later, but we're not going to work under the hood at this point. We're going to work around the side here, and I access it from the side. It's right there. You'll see the oil pan plug that we're going to take out of there using that 1/2 inch wrench. Okay, so I have my oil drain pan under here, and I'm just going to pop this off. There we go, it loosened it up. Now you can use your fingers to get it the rest of the way. And I'm just going to loosen this up and you'll see the oil start to flow out. There we go. Alright, so that's going to drain for, maybe 5 minutes. We'll wait till the drips slow down. I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, as that continues to drip out of there, we'll just let it drip. See it drip, drip, drip. Also you'll notice I put a piece of wood under there. Wood or cardboard works. I just had some plywood, so I put that there. That just protects the ground a little bit. Okay, so as that drips, we're going to get the oil filter off. The oil filter is not in a very convenient place on this one, but it is doable. I'll show you how. So, first thing I'm going to do, show you where it is. It's right up in there. It's orange, another beauty of the fram, bright orange. It's got the grip on there. Lots of fram hate, but I do like some of the things they've done with them. So you'll see there's this little spout here. This is supposed to catch the drips as they come down, and I suppose it works for that, but it also makes it impossible to get your hand in there. So you could, take the whole apparatus apart, and I've read that some people do it that way. I do not do it that way. You can't get your hand in here. So I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so I get the oil filter off from the top in this car. And if you look down, let's see if I can get this positioned down in there. So if you look right here, next to this one, you can see down in there, you can just barely see the orange right there. You see it? There's the fram in all its glory. So that's right down in there. So you'll notice there's actually a big cavity right here, like a pretty big area to get your arm down in there, and you can get in there and reach it. And so the way I do it, my arms aren't, enormous. But I can reach my arm right down in here, my left arm, and then I can just sort of get my arm down in there, and right now I got my hand on the fram. I got one hand on the fram, one hand on the camera, and I'm not sure you can see any of what's happening. So what I'm going to do is just twist that off, and then I just pull it up. I turn it so that the grip is down, and then I just pull it up. It gets a little bit of oil in some places, but it comes off with the rag. So I just pull the oil filter up and I put it in one of the small bags. Let me see if I can capture that. Okay, so I've got a small bag, a rag, just put these right here. I'm up here, put my arm down inside there. I'm gonna pull this filter off, twist it counterclockwise. I put it on last time, so it's not on super tight. It's on as recommended. You take it to a shop, they'll put it on way too tight. And you might have a hard time getting it off by hand yourself. You could Google some ways to do that if that's your issue at this point. Okay, so I got that popped off, and I just pull it right up and out of the top. And, you know, it drips a little bit of oil, but I'll just put it in this little bag. I've got my rag here. Nice and easy. All right, next we're going to put the new filter on. This is the fram filter, as I've mentioned a couple times now. Okay, so you take some of this new oil. I pop that out. Put your fingers in there. And you take some of the new oil and you put it in the threads, and you put it around the seal. So this helps it come off next time that you go to change it, so it doesn't get stuck together. It also helps, obviously, with the seal. Okay, so we'll put that on just the same way that I took the old one off, which involves a bit of gymnastics, but this one we'll just put it in like this, and then you'll find the threads down there with your finger, and then you'll just twist it on. You'll get it tight. I take that back. You don't want to get it too tight. You want to get it so it's making contact, so the seal is making contact, and then you want to twist it like another half turn. You don't want it super tight, you just want it tight enough so it's not going to come off, because it needs a little room to expand as it gets warm. Okay, we can see that that drip has slowed down. There's not really much oil coming out at this point, so we can take the plug and put it back in. Tighten it by hand, and then I use the wrench, and I just get it, nice and tight. And that's it. It shouldn't be dripping anymore after you do that. Okay, at this point we have the new filter on. We have the oil plug back in, so the system's all closed up, and it's empty of oil, so we need to put the new oil in, and that goes in right here. Engine oil. Gonna unscrew this cap, put the funnel in right there, just like that, and then stay right there. We'll get the oil, and we're gonna put it all in there. This is 5 quarts, the capacity is 5 quarts. We've got it all drained out. If you want to be extra careful, you can put in maybe 4 quarts and measure it with the dipstick. Me? Yeah, you could do it. And then add as much as you feel like is necessary. Then maybe leave the remainder in your, the back of your SUV. Then we'll put the cap back on, an important step. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the car, let it run for a little bit, check for drips, just check on like a clean spot of driveway or put some cardboard under there. Not totally necessary, no reason it would drip, but nice to check before you go out on the road. So that's all. Enjoy your lubricated engine and drive safely.